Hey everybody, it's Roxy, Kyler, and Eli. Welcome to day 2 of camp creation. Can everyone hold up day 2? Woohoo! Day 2. Today we are going to go into our camp creation bags, and also you'll see that we're wearing our shirts. We hope that you are too. And we're wearing our name tags. We hope that you are too. And we'll go into our, there we go. We'll go into our camp creation bags and we will pull out our handy dandy field journal to see what we're doing today. So you will flip past Monday, which was yesterday, past our nature walking pages of the trees and how they breathe, that experiment that we did yesterday, and you'll flip to the page that says Tuesday, when God made waters, dry land, and all the green growing things. What we also have here on our blanket is our story stones that we painted either on Sunday or yesterday. And if you would like to go grab your story stones, you're welcome to tell the story with us as we get started. All right, so the boys are going to hold up the story stones when I hold up the plaque. This is called a plaque. So when I hold up that day of creation, you hold up the corresponding story stone that y'all made, and you guys can join us at home along with us. So in the beginning, there was nothing except for a big smile. Everybody smile. And God created the first day of creation, which was dividing the light in the dark. Good story, Stone Eli. Light and dark. And I don't mean just the light in a light bulb, or just the light in your night light, or even just the light in the sun or the stars, but I mean all the light that is light. And at the end of the first day of creation, God looked at the light and the darkness, and God said,
"It is good."
And we say,
"Thank you, God, for light and the dark."
good job. All right. On the second day of creation, God created, nope, Kyler has that one. God created the waters and divided the waters from above from the waters from below, and the firmament, which separates the two. And I don't mean just the water in a water bottle, or just the water in the dew on the leaves. I don't mean the waters in the lakes, or in the oceans, or in the streams, or in your faucet, but I mean all the waters that are waters. And when God saw the waters, God said,
"It is good."
And we say,
"Thank you, God, for the water."
good job. On the third day of creation, God divided the waters from the dry land, and then sprung up all the green growing things. Where are your green growing things? Yep, all the green growing things. And when God saw the waters and the dry land and all the green growing things, God said,
"It is good."
and we say,
"Thank you, God, for the green growing things in the water."
in the soil, in the ground. That's right. And that was the end of the third day of creation. Now, for the rest of the day, we are going to do a few of our lessons. So we will move on to building a wormery terrarium. We're so excited. And then we will be building a flower press Suncatcher with Gwen. She is the one that's leading that craft for the day. And we will start the day by going on a nature walk. So at this time, you can pause the video to go on the nature walk. You can also bring your worm terrarium stuff with you so that you can dig up some worms and some dirt. Do you want to go ahead and get the worm terrarium stuff out? Kyler, that might be in yours. There we go.
This one?
Yep. Get your worm terrarium and we'll get you one for you. All right, so in your bag, you'll see this container. Kyler has some paper that's already shredded inside. Will you also get the sand?
I don't have mine.
I know, we don't have yours. We'll get one. All right, so for the worm terrarium, you have the sand in the container, but you will need to bring this with you and dig up some soil in a place where you're allowed to dig up soil, and put it in here. And then if you find any worms while you're digging, you're welcome to put them in here, and then keep that with you so that we can do this craft later. Eli, will you also look in your bag for the seeds? For the green growing things, everybody has some seeds that you are welcome to plant in your garden at home for the green growing things. So that's kind of our fun extra thing for today. And we hope that you can bring this field guide with you, sit in nature, and answer some reflection questions. Like, where is your favorite place to experience water? Is it a nearby creek, river, or ocean? What do you guys think? What's your favorite place to experience water?
Ocean.
In the ocean? Mine is at Jekyll Island Ocean, with the ocean right there. Take a nature walk to an area with water, and then draw the patterns of water flowing that you see. So take this with you on your walk. Look for dirt, worms, and really we know soil, worms, and get some flowers for the flower press with the craft for Gwen. So see y'all later.
Bye.
You can pause the video at this time and go on your nature walk. Be sure to find petals, flowers, leaves that you want to use for your flower press.
Today we're making a wormery for worms to live in. And
You're going to take the container.
take the container and you should do dirt, gumballs, sand, dirt, sand.
That's right. So we put some gumballs at the bottom, but you could also use pebbles at the bottom for drainage because we don't want the worms to get too wet.
And sand.
All right, you want to start putting some, we already put some gumballs and dirt in there because we found a nice worm friend. And now you can put a little bit of paper and then sand. Yeah, you could just save it. Put a little bit of your sand. We added sand in the bags because, and you're going to want to do a lot. Do a lot more than that. Do a lot more sand than that. Yeah, we added sand in the bags because sand's kind of hard to find. But then the dirt you can just go dig up in your yard. All right, we'll show you what that looks like.
You dig your dirt and you find a worm and you put it here.
Yay! And then do you want to put some more dirt on top of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We put a lot of dirt on top of it for worms to eat it and.
And now you can put your food scraps on. So we have some kale. Can you rip up the kale and put it on top? So after dinner, you can come and bring out some fresh food for your worms to feed it. So lettuce, carrots. You can put it on top. All right. Now that we are done with the wormery, we would like to put on the lid so that none of the soil or the worms or the food scraps can accidentally pour out. But if we just put the plastic lid on, could the worms breathe?
Yeah.
Could the worms breathe if we just put a closed lid on?
No.
No. What do we need to do first, Eli?
We have to have a nail and to make holes.
We have to make holes in the lid. So what do you do? Do you go get the hammer and the nails?
No.
No. What should you do?
Have an adult.
Have an adult. That's right. So we're going to say,
Hey, Mom, can you please help me?
sure. And then the adult will find a safe place to be able to take a nail and a hammer and put holes in the plastic lid. That way our worm friends will be able to breathe. And we're gonna wanna put a good bit of holes in it, right, Eli? So you can see I'm just putting those holes in so that they can breathe. You can see through them. And I'm gonna probably put like 10 to 15 holes. You think that sounds good? Yep. And then we'll want to keep them moist. So thanks for joining, guys.
Bye!
Hi, I'm Gwen, and I'm going to show you how to make these nature sun catchers. So the supplies you're going to need are a marker, a stick that won't break easily, one or more mason jar lids, twine or string, any kind of thing that will hold it up. Then you're going to need scissors, Scotch tape, and contact paper. You're also going to need nature. So the first step that you want to do is get your contact paper, one sheet, and you should at least be able to fit one or more mason jar lids on it. And what you do is you lay it out and you get the mason jar lid and you trace around the lid. And I'm going to do 2, so yeah, I'm just going to trace it 2 times on it, that's all. Then what you do is you flip it over and you use the tape and you tape the contact paper to a surface. But first, take off the backing before you tape it down. So, it's really hard to do this. And you want to leave the clear side. And you do it where the sticky side is facing up. And you get some tape. And you tape the corners or any part of it to your surface. And then what you do is you can gather some nature and put it on the circles. And it's okay if it's outside the circle, you're going to cut it later. And you can press down a little bit, but we're going to press down more later. You just get any part of nature that you want to incorporate into it. And I found all this nature-y stuff in our backyard, so you can find most of it in your backyard. And you can even go on a walk looking for things. I went ahead and did the second one just to show you. So here's what they look like now. Now what you want to do is get your second sheet of contact paper and peel off this side, the side on here too. And then you just stick it on top of it. And then after you stick it on top, now's the time to get rid of all the creases and like bubbles in the thing. But really the main part you want to get the creases out of is inside the circle. So you press down on circles. You can get all the little creases out, smooth them out. Then you take it off of your surface. And you peel it off. And you can use your scissors and make sure you can see where you're traced with marker so you're able to cut and just cut on that line. And it's okay if it's not a perfect circle, because when you press it into the mason jar lid, you're going to really not see the edges. So it's okay if it's not a perfect circle. And here is mine, one of mine. And I left some space on the edge here so the sun can pass through. I'm gonna do the other one now. And here's my other one. Now what we're going to do is get the thread and cut the length that you want for how long you want your suncatcher to hang. You need enough space to tie it at the top and at the bottom. And then I'm going to use this piece of string and measure how long I want my other piece to be. And I'm going to cut it. Again, you can make as many as you want. It doesn't have to be 3 like I'm doing. And then when you cut the string, you can tie it to the mason jar lid, and however way you want to, if you have any tying techniques. And then you press the suncatcher part that you made into the lid. And then you can smooth it out. And I am going to use a piece of Scotch tape to secure it on the inside, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And here's what this one looks like. Then I'm going to get my other piece of string and tie it to this mason jar lid. Then I'm going to press this one in. And I'm going to tape this one. And then you tie them to your stick. So it can be any way you want. So also, if you made only one, then you can hang it just by itself on any side of the stick you want. But if you make multiple, you can also make it like a wind chime where they like clink together here, and you can tie them close together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the wind chime one, and I'm just gonna make it so it clinks, and I might do like one longer in the middle, then one like higher on the side, but they still have like some connection. It's only like slightly. Tie it however way you want. So I have two. Then I'm gonna get the third one. Tie it a little higher. In the first one, only a little bit. But they do have to touch, so they can. I am actually going to make this one a little longer, so. So this is the Nature Suncatcher wind chime thingy. You can do wind chime or no wind chime. Really, it's just a Nature Suncatcher. But I think it's really cool. So this is the finished product. We hung it up in a window. You can hang it outside or in your window or anywhere really. But it looks really cool, I think. And it was really fun to make. So thank you for watching. Bye.
We are so excited that you joined us today, the second day of camp creation. If you are following along in our field journal, you will see that we built a wormery and then we did a flower press Suncatcher with Gwen. I invite you to spend some time doing the reflection questions in the field, which you can answer right there. And then when you flip the page, you'll see that there are some coloring pages and info sheets about telling the age of a tree and about the different parts of a flower. So you're welcome to color in these pages and then go out into nature and see if you can find a tree that's the same age as you. You'll just count if you find a conifer tree, which makes cones, pine cones, any of those kind of cones, then you can do this fun trick to count the first year of life, the second year, the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year, and to see if a tree is the same age as you. And then you can color this flower diagram in and be able to see the different parts of a flower and see if you can find a flower maybe on the ground somewhere where you can identify the petals of the flower, the ovary, the stigma, the sepals, the flowers at the bottom. So those are some pages for you to color and to take on your nature walk. And then when you flip the page, you'll see that there's a wildflower coloring page also. So feel free to take some time to color these in, but you can also go on a nature walk and see if you can find any of these flowers in your neighborhood or in your home. So we have some black-eyed Susan, some Queen Anne's lace, some coreopsis, and then violets. And violets you might only be able to find the leaves of because it's past their blooming season. But take note of the date that you found them in and then the location. And it might be fun to be able to experience that throughout the year to see where you can find these wildflowers. We hope that you have had a wonderful day of camp creation. We look forward to you joining tomorrow.